Allie's Attic Show, where you never know what kind of surprise you're going to find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is an experimental metal band founded by a group of friends and family members. Please welcome Big Tobacco Company, and joining us from Big Tobacco Company, Bobby, who's the guitarist, and Brad, who's a guitarist. Hello, guys.
Hey, how you doing today?
I am doing fine. How are you?
Doing well. Just trying to keep up with it all.
Yeah, that's Bobby, everybody. So each of you say hi in your name so everybody knows which voice is who.
Yeah, this is Brad. This is what I sound like most of the time.
Now, who else is in the band that's not with us today, guys?
So Evan is the singer, and he also does a lot of the he kind of controls the lyrics and a lot of the melodies, and he also does all the sound engineering for us.
Oh.
Chris is the bass player, and he primarily plays bass and eats pizza.
Oh,
really his two big claims to fame there. And then Alec plays drums, and he plays drums and kind of makes weird noises that nobody really understands what that's all about, but I'm sure there's probably a reason for it. We just don't know what.
Ah, okay then. That sounds interesting. Pizza and weird sounds. Alrighty then. Okay, so you were born out of the idea that different is good, which I totally agree with. And all of your members brought something different, like musical ideas, and forged them into music that could only be labeled as progressive. So basically, tell me your journey, guys. Now you can tell me the journey of the band. You can tell me each of your journeys, whichever you decide.
Well, in a way, it kind of formed naturally because we've known each other for basically our entire lives. I met Evan in first grade, and I've always been acquainted with him and his family. So as we got older, we just all fell in love with music, and Bobby had played music his entire life, so things just kind of worked out, and a band just seemed like the thing to do, and it was just a blast, and that's how we kind of just started. And yeah, that's what we're doing.
Well, you're doing it well. I've already got some of your songs added into Allie's Amplified Attic, so people have already heard you via me. Now, you possess a distinctive sound that can be traced from many genres outside of metal. And to quote Music Magazine, they did a Music Interview Magazine. They did an interview with you. Killer Metal, seasoned with speed, describes the self-titled album debut from Big Tobacco Company. Enthusiasts searching for intense modern American indie music look no further, because BTC is here. Now, do you guys go by BTC a lot or Big Tobacco Company?
We go by both. I think we get hit with BTC a lot, but I think it has something to do with Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Huh?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it, we have yeah, I mean, people, a lot of people refer to us as Big, just Big, which is kind of strange, but yeah, it would.
Well, whatever works, as long as I know who you are and what you do. Now,
exactly.
I love your music. I'm a heavy metal, progressive rock kind of girl anyway. And it's funny because when your songs come on, or songs like yours, like music like yours, I seriously go into headbanging mode. I don't know why. And everybody laughs. My family just thinks it's hilarious. I've even got my grandkids doing it. They're 12 and 13. They've been doing it since they were little. So I enjoy your music. Now, who writes most of the songs?
Well, we actually all kind of write. I would say that Evan and Alec especially have written a good majority of our songs, and I write songs from time to time, and at least everybody puts riffs forward and contributes to the songs in their own way. Like Bobby has come up with a lot of solos for songs that didn't normally have solos, and because he's just good at playing guitar, so I mean that's just what he brings to the table, and it just works. So in way we kind of collaborate, but we've also, especially recently, just been writing songs on our own and just kind of putting songs forward that way that are mostly complete before they're brought to the band. We all kind of write our own songs.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, as an example, I'm terrible at words. I mean, if I were in charge of words, it would be like a bad Dick and Jane book. So, yeah, so I stay away from words. But I'll bring a riff centered around an idea, or a couple of riffs centered around an idea, and generally then I'll just turn it over to everybody else and say, you know, if you've got something that this would fit in or work with, go with it.
All right. Well, I'd be like you, Dick and Jane all the way. Okay, so now there's more to you than just the music and everything. You actually produce your own music in a basement.
Yeah, that's correct.
And you know what? Go ahead, sorry.
A basement and a bedroom, kind of a combination of the two.
Ah, so you can take a nap when you get tired? I don't know.
Exactly.
All right, there you go. A lot of things, or a lot of people don't know that indie musicians, usually have a full-time job and then do the music on the side, and B, do most of their own editing, producing, the whole shebang, and usually it's in a basement. And it's produced and mixed by your lead singer, Evan Ullman, right?
Correct.
And then mastered by Jeff Monroe from Group Efforts Sound Studio.
Yeah, he mastered our first album. That is correct.
Okay. So how many albums do you have altogether that you've released?
Just the one.
Just the
right
one.
Now, just the one. We did an EP before it that was really kind of more demo.
Oh.
But I think, yeah, we're sitting on about, 40 additional songs that we're working on getting all hashed out and played and recorded and, soon to be released. And the first thing we did, we released everything as an album. And I think kind of the second time around, what we're going to do is just start releasing singles as we go along.
What was that?
Just pump songs out.
Oh, pump songs out. Okay. So just so you know, this isn't a one-shot deal. If you release singles, you can send them to me. Number one, I'll put them on Allie's Amplified Attic. But I can throw it up on all of my social media and say, check this out, the new song from Big Tobacco Company. And if you ever want to come back on the show, you're more than welcome to come back on, guys. Now, you use social media a lot to connect with your fans. And you can find all your social media links on your website, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
They're all there.
Okay, so I'm not going to spell them out for everybody. I'll just just everybody go to bigtobaccocompany.com to find out more about the guys, listen to some more of their music, and also follow them on all their social media. Now, based on what you guys have gone through so far as a band, and one of the things that a lot of bands, like you've got like about 4 or 5 different people with different personalities all in one room doing this, or up on stage doing this. And I mean, we all know of bands that have fallen apart. You guys, I think you have, because you've all been friends for like years. Before I ask you for your advice, how do you guys make it work?
Just in terms of like managing like the relationship and just in general, just
not like getting angry with each other and the band breaking up. And I mean, because we've heard it so many times of egos getting in the way, or somebody has an idea and nobody likes it and they get upset, or whatever the case may be. I know that now it seems more and more nowadays communication is key, obviously, but it seems to be better than it was back when like the Rolling Stones and the Eagles and all of them were together. Because I don't know if you've watched the Eagles biography, but yeah, there was a lot of anger and issues.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I think you said it. I think the fact that we've known each other our entire lives, we just get along, and that really helps a lot. I mean, I feel like, if at least for me, I feel like we're friends first. Like we do this together because we are such good friends, and because we just want to have fun together, and we just play music, and we all happen to like music, so it just works out better.
Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really has a vision in terms of, you know, the band should be this or the band should be that. I think it's just really more kind of naturally evolved along.
Oh, good.
So I mean, it's not that we don't necessarily, you know, won't. I mean, it's not like, you know, every single point we're all, you know, 100% on board with, but we kind of, I don't know, each one of us has a certain, you know, personality, certain amount of talents. I mean, Evan is probably 70% leader of everything, I would say, roughly. I mean, you know, not to say that he, you know, makes all the final calls on everything or anything like that, but it just kind of worked that way, you know. So, and if it's working, there's really no need to, you know, mess with it. I mean, why screw with something that works?
Exactly. And I'm glad that you guys are all friends and that's how you're going forward, because the saddest thing ever is you find a band that you really like, and you know, stuff happens and then they break up and then they're gone. So please don't do that, because I love your music. Now, if you had any advice to give anybody in this industry based on what you've gone through, what do you think you guys would tell them?
Well, don't get addicted to heroin.
I'm sorry, that's not funny. It's so true. Okay. Oh my God, nobody's ever said that before. Okay.
I think it's a real problem. I never tried it. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
No, I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I think, Brad, you're right. Do not get addicted to any kind of crazy drugs. Okay.
I think that's a big one. I think a lot of it is you have to, you know, I think everyone suffers from this idea that you're going to write this one song and that this one song is going to make you, you know, this super rock star, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was Joe Strummer who said it, you know, when he was interviewed, and he said, you know, we're not really particularly talented, so we just work really hard. Yeah. And I don't. If you're not willing to work, then I think you got a problem.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to say, back to what Brad said, it is a very serious issue, drugs in this industry. So yes, please don't get addicted. I know it was kind of like a, you know, we laughed, but don't get addicted. We were both serious about it. And Bobby, you're right. I think that's a lot of people go in here thinking that they're going to be one-hit wonders, or not one-hit wonders. Overnight success is the word I'm looking for. Overnight success. And that's doesn't happen very often. And you have to be able, like, number one, it has to be your passion, right? And you have to work at it. So both of you guys gave really, really good advice. It's just I'd never had anybody tell me, you know, don't get addicted to heroin. Okay, so what two songs are we going to hear from you guys?
Mr. Green and
Hangman song.
The Hangman song.
Yes.
Hangman song.
Yes, you guys let me pick. And I mean, I have lots of your songs on my radio station, but these two songs I thought would be perfect for the interview. So I picked the two songs. Thank you for letting me pick. I love it when artists let me pick songs because I have so much fun. Anyway, so are there plans in the world? Like, when do you think you'll have a new album out, or the new single? Because you're doing it as singles, right? When do you think that'll be happening?
Actually, we had to do an equipment upgrade to basically to be able to capture the guitar better. Because we were getting a lot of the whole recording process is very tedious, to say the very least. It's very tedious. But with that being said, we just actually got a new converter, gosh, 5 days ago, and so now we're relaying the tracks for this new single. If everything goes as, if everything goes according to plan, which I can tell you it never does, but if it does, at the point, a lot of the things that we've learned from, previous recordings are now, a lot more automated, and the learning curve has really been minimized, because we know exactly how to capture, the different sounds that we want. So a lot of it is, once we get the tracks laid, it's just a matter of really listening back to it, seeing if there's any tweaks that need to be made, and then getting the vocals on, getting it mastered, and it's ready to roll.
All right.
So I just think the song will be out within the month.
Within the month? Okay. Well, keep me updated. I mean, you guys will anyways. And I want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come on the show. I do love your music. I'm serious when I say that. I know everybody thinks that I'm supposed to say that. But I mean, I do love the music. I mean, that plays a part in you coming on my show, obviously, or me adding your music to my station. I absolutely love your sound. I love that it gets my head banging. So keep on keeping on, you guys. And like I said, all the best success to you. And thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. We really appreciate, we're just honored to be able to be a part of the show.
Well,
yeah, thank you a lot.
Thank you, you guys. And thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic Show. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprise you're going to find in my attic. Cheers.
Armageddon time is coming soon. The fire will turn us all into dust, and we'll all be judged one last time. You, your son, and me. The days will all turn black, you soon will see. Soon you'll all be swinging from my tree. Pray your neck breaks when the rope gets tight. Pray your mother isn't there to see. There's You wilted. Your time